Today we're honing an LS block. So the object is to make the cylinder as concentric as possible from top to bottom. So not only do we want it circular, but also in the cylinder itself, we don't want any taper in the cylinder. So to achieve that, we use the honing machine. On the honing machine, we have grinding blocks, mediums. We also have brass guide plates, as well as up here. All of these items are gauged with a tool that sits in the cylinder to set up this tool. We also have a what they call a torque plate. What this does is this applies the same pressure that is applied by your cylinder head to allow for the torque of the bolts, because they also deform the cylinders. This here is what we call a bore gauge. This bore gauge is set up with a tool so that we can measure the cylinder and bring it into 10,000ths of an inch specifications. This engine here, we're moving approximately 20,000ths of an inch to bring it to spec. Once the machine's all set up, what we have here is we have an amp gauge, and it indicates whenever there is a tight spot in the cylinder. And when that happens, it causes more amperage draw because it's putting more load on the motor. Once everything is set up, hone goes into the engine. This unit right here adjusts the stones. And we start the honing process. As you can see right now, it's tight in the bottom. So what we have here is we have a pause button, and this pauses the machine and allows us to move more at the bottom than the top. And as you can see, it's a slow process, time consuming. And then periodically during the honing process, we check our measurements. We moved about 6,000ths of an inch during that cycle. Another thing that you have to do on a regular basis, it's called degrading the stones. They get filled up with a metal material from the cylinder hone, from the block. So we remove that material. As you can see, our load in the bottom of the cylinder is starting to correct. We're getting less drag down to the bottom of the cylinder. So we're pretty close to where we want to be concerning that measurement. And that's Honing 101.